Hi and welcome. I am here with a very special dear friend of mine, Stephanie. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So, Stephanie and I, we share many different topics and basically things that we talk about, and we want to share with you because we feel that it will benefit you, that it will help you, and things that have helped us, and those are things that we like to share. So today's topic is very special. We've been thinking about this, sharing about this topic for a long time because we see it all
lot.
the time.
Yeah.
So, Steph, I'll let you do the honor.
And the topic is depression. So depression, yeah, it's something that we decided to talk about because I have suffered from it. Especially a lot of women suffer from it after pregnancy.
Postpartum depression, right?
Yeah, postpartum or even throughout, even adolescence, anyone can really suffer from it.
Adolescence too.
And we just wanted to touch up on it based on experiences, her in healing, me in experience, what I went through, and just share our sides, our different sides of the depression story.
Yes.
So you can go ahead and
So we're not psychologists.
yeah,
we're not
medical
psychiatrists.
professionals.
So yes.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, so this is basically on our observation, on our experiences, and I think from there's a lot to learn from and to grow from, and hopefully these are tools to get you to understand if you have any signs of, or that you may see that that may be affecting you, and definitely seek professional help. There is a lot of help out there. Please do not wait till we get to, I get chills, to extreme point that we can harm our life, because your existence is very important in this world we live in, and we need you here.
We need you here. That is something that I learned. I learned it, and I learned to internalize it, because we need you here is super, super powerful. So you guys, I would like to share that I always call Yaneri, maybe since I want to say some years ago, I don't know how long ago, but she's my light at the end of the tunnel, because she managed to do for me a lot of very, very deep transformations. And when I was in the tunnel, what I call it the tunnel, it was a tunnel of depression. So I have 3 kids, and after the kids and the emotional roller coaster and your hormones and your everything changes in your body, and there's a chemical imbalance. Some people are prone to it not just because of pregnancy, because men also get it, but because of maybe their genes. It's in your genes, or lifestyle situations, even what you eat, gut health. I mean, all of these things affect it, and you can do your deep dive into your with your doctor or your professional that you I encourage you to talk to about if you feel any symptoms of it. But it looks different for many people, and for me, the way that I can describe it is being in a dark tunnel where everything is just black. There's just no happiness, there's no joy. It's a world devoid of joy, and that's a very sad place to be in. It's a place where you don't know how to get out of. It's a place where you don't even know you have it. It's a place where you think it's normal to view life that way. And she helped me see what I call light, which is joy and happiness. And I compare what I used to look at as life and find the joy in simple things and big things and little things. Like throughout life, you just learn how to experience joy around you. And there was a point where there was nothing giving me that. And I was not experiencing that at all. But it happened so gradually, and your brain is so powerful that it tricks you into thinking that that's normal. And I've always had her, thank God. And she really helped me see joys in things, light in things, and navigate through emotions. And that is something that is not for the faint of heart. It's not something that just anybody can do. It's not like somebody tells you, oh, it'll just go away. You need to work on it. And you need to work on it with a whole team of people. And it's a holistic thing. Because I love to, one of the things that I learned, which I love to say to people, is nothing changes if nothing changes. So if change doesn't happen, nothing will change. So
Yes.
what do you think about that?
100%, 100%. And what I was telling you a moment ago is that sometimes you don't even realize that you have it.
Yeah, you don't know.
You're just moving on with your life kind of robotically, you know, and you might be disguising the depression with activities, with addictions. Even shopping is an addiction, not only like substance abuse,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But
Yes.
also shopping, like that is one
Because you
thing.
want to numb the pain. You want to numb the pain.
Or
because you don't want to feel that way, because there's no happiness. So you want to numb the pain by doing things that used to bring you happiness, or you think is going to bring you happiness. And even if you get that happiness for a split second, it still goes away because nothing has changed and everything is the same.
Yeah.
So if you don't change that lifestyle, whatever lifestyle it is, that is an important part of the journey. That is a very important part of the journey, because if you keep on, you know, in Spanish we say la lucha, the struggle. So we're always struggling and we're always doing, you know, we're always
doing instead of being.
the kids, the schedule, the
homework,
the work, the boss, the coworker, like, and we just don't focus in on, okay, did I take a break? Like, did I eat? Why am I not eating? Why aren't people respecting my time to have my 5 minutes? You know, as a stay-at-home mom for many years now, I had to make a point to eat, to shower, to brush my teeth, to self love. And you know, now Instagram is just full of all these different types of advices, like, oh yeah, taking a shower is not self-love, that's a requirement. Well, everybody's life is different. Not everybody's life is the same. And maybe for a mom that has no support, maybe she's a single mom, maybe she's a stay-at-home mom, and the husband's always working, maybe whatever, it's not possible for people to watch your kids. Maybe a simple, hey, I brushed my teeth, good for me, and you pat yourself, you physically take your hand and you pat yourself on the back, you hold yourself. These are all techniques that I've used, that I've implemented in my mind in order to be able to process a positive thing in my day, because it's a very lonely way to live. You know, you don't want to be social. You don't want to go out. You want to be in comfy clothes.
Isolate.
You want to isolate. You don't want to dress up or look pretty or cute or whatever it is. Or as a guy, you don't want to work out. You don't want to, you know, hang out with your friends. You don't.
I keep hearing self-sabotage.
You do. And that's your brain tricking you. And you have to untrick your brain. If that's even a word.
It's a word now.
It's a word now. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the self-sabotage, I see that. And you start harming yourself and you start hurting yourself, and you do this, I don't know if to say unconsciously and consciously. I feel it's both, because you can do it unconsciously, and then consciously you want to hurt yourself to numb the pain,
Yeah.
or to feel the pain that you're alive and living.
Yes.
You want to feel you're alive.
You want to feel alive.
You know, even overeating,
Overeating.
overindulgence, over drinking, or I don't know, doing something in excess. Anything in excess can also be harmful.
Sleeping a lot.
Sleeping. Yes, sleeping, right?
Simple things. And when I first started to realize I was depressed was when someone that had depression told me, you are depressed. I didn't know.
And you're like, what is that?
I thought that having kids made you this way. I did.
You're like, this is natural. This is a part of
like
life.
where it's not, like I thought that having kids meant no more joy, no
my
more
gosh.
laughing, just being there for your kid and that's it. You know, no going out, no, like that's just what I thought it looked like to be a mom. Maybe also society makes you think that too.
Is it? Do you think it's because you see other moms like miserable and?
It could be, or what I saw growing up, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe what I saw growing up, or maybe what is considered normal to be a mom and behaviors moms should have, and people think it's to be like that, depressed and irritable. Because you get so irritable. At least I did. I got so irritable. I didn't want to do anything, and I didn't want to just like you're always tired too. From the mental, I learned this later. The mental work that you do being depressed makes you so tired, because your mind consumes a lot of calories. So like when you're studying, for example, you have to eat more, or you get hungrier because you're burning more calories. So the mind is always working, and you know all about the mind. So
Wow, there's no break.
there is no break.
You just have an accelerator.
Yeah. Yeah. And then your sleep schedule's off, everything shifts. So I just thought this was being a mom.
And now that you're talking about this, we're talking about depression and then being a mom. Can you share a little bit about postpartum depression? Because I think this is a big thing that women don't talk about.
It's a stigma.
So our focus is not only on women, but now that we're talking about it, I think it would be nice to hear about it.
Yeah. Well, what I learned from my journey, again, please seek help from a professional. I am not a professional. I'm just sharing my journey. What I learned from postpartum, that it's different when you have the baby blues. So they call it the baby blues, and there's a specific time after you have a baby that you get it. So out of the 3, I got baby blues with my second one. And what the baby blues feels like is constant crying, and you don't know why you're crying. You just cry. Like you see something and you cry. But there is no emotion attached to it. So for example, whereas in depression, you feel lonely, you feel sad, like maybe you cry, maybe you don't, you know, it's just, you feel, you're attached here, hidden here. Baby blues is just a physical, like, reaction to the pregnancy.
It's just, they just come out.
And it's not it's not something that you're feeling. You don't have an emotion to it. The emotion will come with depression. And when you're depressed, you can definitely feel the difference, because the baby blues eventually weans away and you're back to normal. And maybe it's not necessarily the crying spells that they call, but it's insomnia and other things. that you could experience with the baby blues. But mainly, I think a majority of the moms that have baby blues is the crying spells. That definitely happens a lot. And any advice to dads? Please support your wives or your the mothers, because I feel that had I had proper support, it wouldn't have been so, because you feel out of place, like you don't know why it's happening. So I had to like cry in the bathroom, and because nobody could understand why I was crying, and everything is fine and your baby is healthy, and why are you like this? And people get frustrated with you, and it's something that you cannot help. Like, I wish I wasn't crying, but I'm crying. So in order to not bother people, I would find and sneak away and cry, and that makes it worse. So if you can give people open space to experience that, I think that would have helped me a lot if I had the space to, because I think that's your body trying to heal itself from the trauma of the pregnancy, of the delivery, of all of that. So, and adjusting, you're breastfeeding, you're doing all these things, you're sleep deprived. Yeah, you're sleep deprived. That's a big one,
Sleep deprived.
But I also feel that if someone would just hug me, hold me, say it's gonna be fine, we'll get through this together. These are all things that I feel like would support someone going through that. And I realize now how important breaks are. Like, mom or no mom, anybody, you need to take breaks. And you need to be able to say to yourself, I took a break, I deserve a break, without guilt, without saying, oh, if I take a break, then this is not going to get done, that is not going to get done, whatever is going to happen. No, we are humans, and we need our downtime the same way that we're always energetic and we're always running. How do we get our energy? By taking breaks, by eating healthy, by doing the best we can. It's not about always following this regimen, but if you balance your life, then you will live better. Because when you're not balanced, something's gonna give eventually, and I don't care how long you're gonna, you're eventually gonna crash and burn. You're gonna hit the wall. That's what I learned. And so the comparison that I can make with the baby blues and depression is that baby blues, there's no emotion. Depression, there's a lot of emotion. And there's emotion to the point where your reality is distorted. Your reality is very distorted because you don't know if you're triggered or irritated or you're hungry or you don't know. You can't put your finger on it. And that's why it's hard to talk about. And on top of that, it's also hard to talk about because the society, right? Society's like, oh, depressed mother, they're gonna take your kids away. So that's another thing we have to deal with.
Yeah. And it's not normal, right?
Yeah, it's not.
You should be on the go, like a normal human being, functioning as a normal human being. But what about the people that are not coming out? So that we see the people coming out and maybe they're functionally depressed, right? Because they're just doing. But what are the ones that do not function and they're just their depression goes deeper. They're caved in. They're isolated. How can we reach those people? How can we support these people that feel this is what's coming up, hopeless? I think hope is a word that is tossed around a lot, and hope means being able to see that you can get through this, that you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and that you have the support and help to come out. And I just want you to know that you are not alone. That all of us have gone through this. Myself, I have gone through this as well. And it's a blessing. Not when you're going through it, it's tough. But when you get out of it, it's a blessing, because these are tools that you can now say, hey, I have gone through that. I can help you. You can be a support, a beacon of light to those who need it. So, you know, we want to get and touch the hearts of those people that need it, because we don't want it to get to that extent that is out of control, that we are possibly thinking of, I'm going to take my life away. You know, and I hear those stories a lot. I like to talk to people. Stephanie likes to talk to people. And we hear those. And I'm sure it's crossed all of our minds, you know, like, because you feel that it's easy. It's the easiest way out, right? But it's not the best way out. Nothing is easy. Even that is hard. So let us seek help. Let us come out. There are many, many things that can help us. Many, you know, many people who can support you on this journey. And please reach out to those people that you feel that are isolating themselves, that you feel that they are maybe more irritable than usually, you know. Just lend a ear to those people, and maybe sit with a friend and tell her, look, I need to talk to you, or someone that you feel very comfortable with, that will be neutral in the topic, whatever you may be feeling. But there's support. There's people. There are people out there.
There are definitely. There's a lot of people that want to help, and there's a whole purpose of life. You know, everyone serves a purpose in this life, and the reason why we're all here is to serve your purpose, and I am 100% sure of that. And I can't stress that enough, because for a long time you feel hopeless. Yes,
That's
which is
very big.
why you were talking about is so important, because when you feel hopeless, you don't see your purpose, and your purpose is important. Even though you can, by societal standards, you feel, oh no, that's not, you know, I'm never gonna get there, I'm never gonna do this, you don't know that. You don't. You know, anything can happen in this life. Anything, and the sky is the limit. And there's so many stories out there that you hear these people, what people have gone through, how they've come out, and how much good they've done because of the suffering that they had, and they switched it around and they made it so positive for a bunch of other people. And you know, your purpose is so valuable. Everybody's purpose is super valuable, and healing takes time, but it's possible. It's not forever, and this feeling you have is temporary. It's a temporary feeling, and it will pass. But you need to make the effort, and you need to take that step. You need to cross the bridge. If you don't cross the bridge, you're never going to get better. And crossing the bridge can look different for everybody. You know, it's just, the help is there. It's a phone call away. There's hotlines. There's, you know, your medical professionals, whatever it is that you can do for yourself to create a lifestyle where you feel at peace. At peace. Peace is super important.
Yes.
and again, your purpose is meaningful. You have meaning, and there is hope because you have meaning.
Yes. And I have a few questions that we can talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So my first question is, this is just we're spontaneously talking.
Yeah,
right?
it's not scripted.
Yeah, we're not
just having a
scripting.
conversation.
It's just, very
We're flowing.
natural. We're flowing. These are things that we talk about every day together, and we're like, let's talk about this to the people, And so, for a mother who sees their son, right, going through depression for various years, and he's a young adult now.
Mm-hmm.
So he has been going through this for so many years, and he does not want help. But she knows he's suffering depression, and it's taking over his life, and he is in his room most of the time. He just comes out, but when he comes out, he's irritable, in bad mood. He doesn't like to talk to people. He's short-answered. What do you think about that?
I really feel that in the shoes of that mother, I would drag him to get the help that he needs. Literally.
I know, Mom.
I
don't want to, Mom. I'm a big man, Mom.
No, then your privileges will be taken away until you get the help, because you need it. You need the help. You need it, so you don't get to live like that, because under my roof you deserve to be happy. You don't deserve to be miserable like that. And because there's things that you can do to improve that situation, I'm gonna make you do it. It's like when we have the way that I see mental health now that we're talking about depression, the way that I see it is like you have a sickness, a flu, a cold. Are you just gonna sit there and wait for it, and you're suffering, you're almost like comatose in your bed? No, you take your Tylenol, you take your whatever it is that you take for your cough, whatever medicine you take, and you feel better, and then you do life. You can't stop life because because of your emotions. Your emotions is normal part of your of being a human. And these things are also temporary. They're not forever. You're not labeled depressive your whole life. No, there's things there's times you're gonna have it, you're not gonna have it. It's waves, it's lifestyle, it's chemical imbalance, it's whatever it is, but there are people there to help you. And not because it's you, but Ayurveda helped me a lot, Marma helped me a lot. A tremendous amount of healing happens in Marma. It's a world of healing happens in one session. And I know it's healing because of the how you feel after. How you feel after. You feel a little bit sick sometimes, because that you don't even want to talk. But when you process it, when your body digests it,
the emotions.
Yes, and it's the emotions.
Yes, it's like you're unclogging clogged. What is this? Tubes. Like the pipes, sewer system. So you're unclogging those, and you're releasing that, so it can flow naturally. Same as the practice of yoga. Also, it's a physical movement. So a gentle practice with awareness of the breathing can help you, can also assist you into attaining that state of peace. And within that peace, there's more awareness. And within that awareness, you can see what is happening in your world. You check in with yourself. It's when we don't check in with ourselves.
Yes, 100%.
That we go into this... I don't know, rat hole? What do you call it?
I call it a dark tunnel.
A dark tunnel. Yeah. So you stop checking in with yourself, so you go into this dark tunnel, and that leads to confusion.
Mm-hmm.
And when you are confused, you don't know where to start.
Yeah, you don't know.
And when you don't know where to start, you just give in to those dark emotions, because the thoughts lead to, also it could be positive emotions or negative emotions. So it starts trailing, and then the dark starts overpowering the light. But I get goosebumps saying this, in a dark room, even in someone, I was talking today to someone, said a person who is even bitter, let them be bitter how they are, but you maintain your light, you maintain your hope, you maintain your joy. And just, if we can spark just a little light in them, that little light starts brightening the room. So the same as if we can just spark a little light of, inspiration, motivation, that light starts filling up the room, and then the darkness disappears. It's just turning on the light. That's it. It's not numbing it. It's not suppressing it. It's just turning on that light. And when you have, like Stephanie was saying, that clear vision of purpose in life, yes, it is true. When you have a purpose in life and you feel that you are fulfilling it, you feel more inspired to do it. You feel motivated. You're like, oh, it's like a light igniting,
Yeah, and also I want to bring up internal work, because we're talking about this.
Yes.
Like when you work from the inside out, it's much more effective than the outside in. So what I mean by that is, when you heal yourself from inside you, then it'll demonstrate outwardly. Because, for example, a lot of people I've heard, people just throughout my life always say things like, oh yeah, just get a massage, you need a spa date. No, you don't need one day. You need a lot of little moments of one day, every day.
Yes.
And when you're making the most out of those little moments, it could be therapy, it could be walking, it could be talking to your friend, it could, like just 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever. Like those little moments, those are much more valuable than once a month you go get a massage. Like that's not gonna do it for you if you're 7 days straight just like slaving away at your life,
Yes.
No, are you going to find a reward there, and I also learned that depression tends to be a sign of lifestyle, that your body, like your mind, is not happy with your life the way you're living it. You should make changes. You should incorporate things that are more you. Be yourself. Be you, instead of trying to be something that somebody else wants you to be, or society, or whatever it is. I think that when you're yourself, you're automatically more at peace.
Yes.
Whatever that looks like. Like that's really what I feel. And I've learned that improves my life, to be more like me and less like what society says or expects or whatever it is. But the inside work is what, and I go like this because I always feel it around here. Whenever we do Marma, yeah, it's always around here or down here.
Those are different parts of the mind.
I always feel
right.
it
They
there.
affect. If we feel stress, we feel it in the gut, or we feel it in the heart. So definitely.
And some people, I don't know if you with your clients, but some people compare misery, like they think that like they'll think, I'm not allowed to be that sad over something this silly. you know, because so and so had, you know, a death in the family, or, you know, something dramatic. No, maybe to you, that whatever happened that caused that much turmoil inside, maybe you need to feel that that's, you know, that's enough validation. You need to allow yourself, give yourself the room.
And some people say, "Oh, I need to get over this quickly."
Oh yeah, that's
and
another
then
one.
they cover it with work.
Yeah,
so that's
yes,
functional depression.
Yes. Yeah, that's functional depression too.
They cover it. They're like, "I need to get over that," so they toss it to the back burner, and they're like, "I need to continue life, because life continues, and we gotta let it go." You know.
And letting go doesn't mean forget it. No, letting go means you work through it. I had to learn that.
Work through it.
Yeah, you have to work through it, and then you're able to look at it with a smile on your face. You know,
People,
like you still have the scar. You will still have the scar, but it'll be a healed scar, and you can actually touch it. You understand? Like, because it's not a gushing open wound that you're just trying to put a Band-Aid on it. That's what healing is.
And it's going through it.
It's
going through it. That's the only way out. Going through. So there is a light in the end of the tunnel. There is hope. There is hope. There is love around you. You are loved.
You are loved.
And do something every day that you love. Painting, drawing, singing, dancing, whatever it is. Do that. Make sure you're doing one thing that you love every day, and that way you see the joy in life. Even going out in nature, I always like to say that, because nature recharges you.
Yes.
Disconnecting from all electronics and just being in nature is just so much strength and so much energy that nature gives freely. So it's easy. You can do it. It takes time. It takes perseverance. It is work. It is an everyday job of checking in with yourself so that you can continue and be happy and joyful and fulfill your purpose as well. So you have a divine purpose.
Yes.
It's there. It's waiting for you to tap into it. Be patient. You will find it. And you can come out of it. Everyone, I'm sure everyone has suffered
You'll come
depression.
out stronger, I promise.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Everyone. If someone says, I have never felt depressed, you tell them to call me. You tell them to call me because I want to meet them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
I've never seen
right? And you're
anyone
thinking about it, right? Like, you call them and tell them to call me because I want to interview them.
So what's it like never to live? I don't know. It's just part of life. It's so part of life.
It's part of life.
Yeah.
So we send you lots of love. Anything else you'd like to add?
No,
Anything you'd like to say?
I just want to reiterate, please, you are meaningful in this life. You are love. You are loved.
Yes.
And you are peace.
Yes.
And you are joy.
Yes.
And everything will work out the way it needs to. And if you need help, there is help. There is a help a phone call away. And if you don't feel that it's the right time, at least try to find moments of self-love. Love yourself. And do an activity that proves to your brain that you love yourself. That's what I wanted to say.
Thank you. And we love you.
We love you. We don't know you. I don't know probably.
But we love you. We love you too.
We're sending you the love.
Love. Thank you for being here. Love and blessings. Hariom.
Hariom.